All right, hey guys, Jason here. We are up here at Vaden Ram Jeep and Dodge dealership in Pooler, Georgia, Vaden. I'm up here all the time. This is the one with a really cool course that's here that you can drive, you know, that they have all these Jeeps in, and they got a lot of them here, which is really nice. But what we're going to talk about today is the Gladiator still my favorite truck? Okay. How do I still feel about the Gladiator? It's been a couple months since I got rid of mine, and do I miss it? Do I want it back? What do I think of it? What do I think of what's happening? And we're going to answer that. First of all, yes, it is still my favorite truck. No doubt about it. It is by far the favorite truck I have ever owned. Do I miss it? Yes and no. The reason I say no is because I'm actually in a Gladiator now for all practical purposes with my Power Wagon. Tina's in a ZR2, which is a very capable midsize as well, front and rear lockers. But when it comes to this truck here, there's some things here that set this one apart. And I love the comments I got today when I talked about the new 2026 Gladiator and how I wasn't happy that it's really not changing too much yet. I had some comments in there that cracked me up. So, you know, and if this is one of your comments, I'm sorry, but you just made me laugh. They're like, the Gladiator's turned into nothing but a mall crawler. The Gladiators are for posers. It doesn't really go off-road. This stuff is actually what kind of stemmed me to make this video, because they are the dumbest things I've ever heard somebody say. There is no vehicle made today other than a Power Wagon, period, that is technically as off-road capable as what this is. Okay, now again, you can get an Ineos, quartermaster on portals for $200,000. I mean, we're talking within reason. Okay, but this is it. And you can get these things for very affordable. Even a Rubicon like you're seeing right here in the low $40,000 price. Low 40 grand range. Front and rear lockers, disconnectable sway bars, solid front axles, mud tires on it from the factory. Everything you could think of. Capability, a 4-to-1 ratio, crawl ratio in this thing. I mean, unstoppable. Unstoppable. Approach angle, undeniable. Departure angle, undeniable. Breakover angle, acceptable. Lift capabilities, off the charts. Tire size options, off the charts. Everything about this vehicle is a Lego construction set for adults that love to do things off-road. Okay, do people like to pose with them and turn them into mall crawlers? Fine, more power to them. But don't think for 1 second that this is not by far the most capable off-road truck made today. And if you take in the modularity of it and what you can do with it, it blows even my Power Wagon out of the water, F-250 out of the water, okay? We're not talking about towing and hauling. We're talking about true off-road capability. This thing is insane. The only thing that can outdo it would be a Wrangler. Right here's a Wrangler. Yeah, Broncos are cool too, and I'm not taking anything away from a Bronco, but a Bronco is quite as good as a Wrangler. A Bronco does good, but we're talking true off-road function. You cannot beat the capabilities and what you can do with a Wrangler or a Gladiator. So me being somebody who spends 99% of my time off-road in the swamps all the time, I do not off-road on purpose. I would never come to a place like this and drive one. Now this course would be fun. I would do this course, but I don't go to off-road parks and try to beat my vehicle up and see if I can drive over logs, or if I can climb up a hill and see if I can do it without bottoming out and scraping my truck up on rocks. And I don't do that. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad that if you do and if you want to and get out there with your buddies, have fun. I need it to get me into places where I have zero cell service, be able to get me back, and from remote places where I'm all by myself out there in, excruciating heat, dealing with snakes, 6 versions of venomous snakes and gators and all kinds of crap. I need this thing to be able to get me out there to explore and do what I need to do, and then I need it to get me back. There is not a truck made today as capable of doing that or being set up the way you want it to be to do that. There just isn't. They do not exist. So yes, the Gladiator is by far my favorite truck. It still is. It will always be. Well, what about the cam issues? Okay, I keep hearing this come up too. Well, the cam issues, they got to get the cam issues sorted out. You know what Ram has done? Stellantis, Ram, Jeep, Dodge. Do you know what they are in the process of right now? $100 million worth of 3 mega part distribution centers. The one in Atlanta, Georgia, over there is going to be 422,000 square feet and ran by 90 UAW workers to make sure that parts for all Stellantis vehicles are available and no more part shortages. Those days are gone. They built a mega hub in Detroit to do the same exact thing, and they have one in Fishkill, New York that is designed to do the same thing, so that no longer is part back order an issue. People are going to chime in the comments and say, well, that's because Stellantis sucks so bad, they got to make all these extra parts. They can't keep their vehicles running, they got to have these extra parts. You're going to hear some keyboard warrior thinking he's a badass, going to say this kind of stuff because he's cool. I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, bad words. I don't swear very often. But you're going to get that kind of stuff. Somebody's going to be that cool guy, Do you know that every single brand out there today has major problems with part back orders? We suffer from it from everybody, and do you know what? Not one of them cares. Not one of them, except for Stellantis, who is spending $500 million to make sure that we don't deal with that again. So you want to talk to me about cam issues or reliability in one of these things? Non-event. I don't care. Not only are they solving it, the cam issue is a 5-hour labor time fix. All right, let's take a quick second, mention our sponsor of this video here, Last Fit. They build some of the most amazing products. We use their stuff on everything. Every truck I own and have owned recently has been all set up with Last Fit stuff. We're going to take a look at it real quick and show you some of their offerings. All right, let's take a look at their portable units. These things are incredible. They have 3 different sizes of these things, and they're battery powered. Take them anywhere. They get the job done. They work awesome. They'll fill 4 35-inch tires very easily all on one charge. This thing is incredible. Love them. Handy to have around the house. Quick and easy to grab for any of your jobs. Filling trailer tires, basketballs, car tires, you name it. It's just right there. And then they got the Big Dog. The Big Dog double cylinder, twin cylinder generator right here, or compressor right here. Look at this thing scream. Look at how fast this system goes. And you can use it to fill one tire for anything you need like that, but you also have the 4-way connector like this. It's a 4-way inflator and deflator system. It's one of the best I've ever seen with only 2 simple hoses. Got that compared with it. It deflates your tires quick and easy for you, and it also fills them super fast. It'll fill 4 of these 35-inch tires from 19 pounds all the way up to 48 pounds, and it'll do it in 7 minutes, all 4 at one time. Last Fit crushes it when it comes to compressor systems. They crush it with every product they have. I have so much of their stuff and I love everything, but this compressor system here, incredible. Check them out, Last Fit. It's 5 hours to fix it. It is a 1-day deal, 2 at most, to get, to drop it off and have it repaired. And then they're covered under warranty, and to get it again. God, everybody wants to jump down on the throat of anything they can anytime they want. It disgusts me. Real world opinion from somebody who's owned one and owned it for 2 years and used it in basically 4-wheel drive for 2 straight years. Lockers multiple times a week, everything about it. This vehicle is amazing. The Gladiator is by far, yes, still to this day, my absolute favorite truck made. Now, will I go back to another one? That's something for another video, because there are some things that I'm loving about my Power Wagon. But what is my Power Wagon? My Power Wagon is a big version of a Gladiator. Both are solid front axles, both have front and rear lockers, both have disconnectable sway bars, both have revented diff tubes and trans tubes so that you got better water fording capabilities, both have high clearance on the fronts and in the rears and capabilities there, both have tremendous ground clearance, both have a lot of features. There are pros and cons to both, but there are some things I am loving right now about my Power Wagon that I wish I had in the Gladiator, but I did not. So who knows what's going to happen. But this will still always be my absolute favorite truck ever made. No doubt about it, without fail. And for people that think it's a poser thing or that it's not that capable or anything like that, no offense, but you're wrong. Now, I'm not taking anything away from like that ZR2. That ZR2 is an amazing truck, and it's an amazing truck. And I'll bet if you want to run fast down a bunch of dirt roads and fire roads, that thing is going to do better and more bump compliance and feel better. And that's all fine and dandy. But when the going gets tough and things get real, there is not a truck, in my opinion, made today that can do what one of these can. This is the ultimate off-road vehicle, hands down. In this trim form right here, too, in my opinion. Right there. That is it. Now, I'm not saying the Willys is bad. I love the Willys. I'm not saying that a Mojave is not good. I would buy a Mojave if they put a front locker in it and gave us the option of a 4-to-1 crawl ratio. I'd buy a Mojave. Otherwise, I want this one. Okay, there are pros and cons to everything, but Jeep offers you every possible scenario and combination, from a Sport to a Sport S, to a High Tide, to a Dark Sky, to a Willys, to a Rubicon, to a Mojave, to a Rubicon X, to a Mojave X, to the new Texas Trail that is coming out in 2026. They offer something for everybody, and you can get them in the low $30,000 range with four-wheel drive, and work your way up. And even, like I said, the beloved Rubicon and Mojaves, these trims right now, mid-40s. Top that, anybody. So like I said, is it my favorite truck? Yes, it is, 100%, hands down. I will probably go to my grave, even when these are no longer made, saying best truck ever made, my opinion. Let me know what your thoughts are on it, how you're feeling. Thanks for watching.